Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Motocross Gaming News here on Start Your Systems. I'm your host, Kellen Brower, and today we're going to talk about another update to Motocross The Game. They obviously already delayed the game. It was supposed to come out in December of this year, or at least Q4 of this year. Got pushed back a little bit. We did an update video on that a couple months ago, but now there's even more development updates that they're able to share with some behind-the-scenes things that they've done, some improvements to physics, multiplayer, a couple other things that they've been working on, as well as going to a recent convention. So let's jump in and take a look at what's been going on behind the scenes at MTG. If you're curious about following along yourself, it's actually quite easy to do. The Kickstarter page is still up for Motocross The Game, and it's where they post a majority of their updates. They also post on motocrossthegame.com, but if you head to their Kickstarter project from their website, it takes you here. Reminder that it was funded all the way to the $100,000 original goal. It's now up to $148,248 down here, as you can see, and it was last updated today. So here is update number 29. It's the end of October development update and a couple in-game screenshots taken by Alpha, who's constantly posting stuff in their Discord as well. I'll include a link to their Discord in the description below so you can get involved there. There's always little tidbits and news and information that you can follow there. So if you don't want to just follow along with what we post for updates, be sure to check out their Discord as well. So here's what they had to say. As mentioned in our last update, part of the team traveled to Geneva, Switzerland to present Motocross The Game at the Multiverse Swiss Expo. I've actually never heard of that before, so that's kind of cool. For 2 days, players from ages 7 to 50 plus got to try the game and share their feedback. Amazing to watch, and we were genuinely impressed with how quickly younger players adapted to the physics after 5 to 10 minutes, even though the game is a true simulation at heart. They still have the Steam wish list, which they want people to go and add the game to their wish list on Steam if you're interested in the game even a little bit, so that it continues to obviously bump it up a little bit. So here's what's new in October. October has been packed with both technical progress and visual upgrades across multiple parts of the game. Here's a look at what we've been working on. So this is their rider dirt system. It says, our rider can now truly get dirty. We've built an innovative system that reacts dynamically to dust, dirt, mud, and sand, blending seamlessly with the environment. So here's a quick little video. It's 1 minute and 5 seconds long, but you can see rider gets really dirty, and then eventually that dirt dissipates. There's like more of like a sandy look. There's also more of like a muddy look, and then a generally dry-ish look as well. And then you can see the suit even kind of gets a little bit wet. Then it goes back to dry, like I said as well. That's where it's like, I guess, really wet, right? Because it's all shiny and everything like that. So that's when they're getting either covered in mud or they went through a puddle. Now they're really muddy. Now they're definitely very muddy. So a lot of dynamics to that, which is cool because some games it feels like it's very much like generic. You just get hit with mud and then you're muddy. This game, it looks like they're going to lean a little bit more into, what surface you're on and how much. Look at, even the rider face right there gets affected differently. The goggles area is completely dry, of course, and then everything else gets a little bit dirty or muddy depending on what surface you're going through. So I think that's kind of cool. Interested to see how it actually works when you're playing the game, but at least visually does look awesome. Multiplayer foundations. The first bricks of our multiplayer mode are in place. There's still a lot of work to do, but it's coming together nicely. Leaderboards, lap times are now sent to our backend servers, and each track has its own leaderboard. Next up, they're going to work on a UI polish, filtering, and search features. So obviously some people have the alpha. They've probably already seen some of that. Female rider, we've been working on a beautiful new female rider as well to be revealed soon. There's also an auto rigger, a powerful new internal tool that will make integrating future bikes and rider models much faster and easier. New rider skeleton rebuilt for performance and integrated with the control rig to improve animation quality. So here's what that kind of looks like right now. If you can see the animation of it, the head moving around and the arms kind of jiggling and stuff. Again, if you've seen some of the gameplay, you've kind of already seen this a little bit. So I'm sure some of that makes sense. Physics Overhaul, our physics developer, is back from a well-deserved break and is now focusing on the major tire friction model rewrite to improve realism, stability, and handling. More 3D track scanning. Another Swedish track has been scanned and added to the library, so shout out Sweden. Track props, continued work on world-building assets. There's still a lot to create, but it's progressing well. Customization logic, define the back-end systems for bike and rider customization, swapping parts, gears, and more. So again, just a lot of technical stuff here that you're almost not going to notice when the game comes out how much of this is really going on behind the scenes and what they're working on. But here's part of their multiplayer, which they showed off a little bit, which is several riders free of the machine being able to stand on the gate and I guess talk and do animations and stuff like that, which, to be honest, if this ends up really hitting and we can have a lot of multiplayer servers and stuff like that, I think that'll be kind of cool because you can play more so like realistically in a way where you can kind of have like parties and get together and do more stuff that feels a little bit more realistic to motocross than just, hey, we're just on the bike and everyone come here and we're going to go ride the track and stuff like that. So I can even imagine some fun little mini games if you're able to get off the bike and play, I don't know, hide and seek and stuff like that, or try to not get hit by people riding, all kinds of fun stuff. So certainly very cool. They also attended the Paris Game Biz, where they showcased the project to more industry professionals, just like at Gamescom. The feedback was incredibly positive. Can't wait to share more soon. And speaking of Gamescom, we realized we never linked the interview of Stone Rider. So this actually came out again like 2 months ago, an interview with Stone Rider. It was done in French, I believe. Might have that wrong, apologies, but then they translated it to English and dubbed over it, so you can actually listen to this interview in English as well. It was made by mx2k.com during the event and displayed translated subtitles or select the English audio channel. So there you go. A little interview there as well. So what's next? Here's what's next on our radar for November and December. Continued work on multiplayer server hosting implementation, female rider integration, new animations and control, rig improvements, integration of 3D scanned tracks, creation of beginner-friendly tracks. It's a sim. We know it's tough, and we want to help new players ease in. Tire physics overhaul. That's a work in progress. And welcoming a new senior game developer joining the team in December. More in-game screenshots, and they will reveal their first OEM bike on November 18th. Today is the 4th, so we're 2 weeks exactly away from that. So look 2 Tuesdays from now, basically, for them to release their first OEM. I have a hunch what it is, but we'll see that when we get there. Thank you again for being part of this journey. Every wish list and comment and message means the world. Passionate motocross team, and can't wait to bring the dream that they share to you guys. So that is the update as of right now on Motocross the Game. Again, if you want to look at previous updates, we can go back just real quickly and talk about a couple other things. They had this one on October 4th talking about some things that they did. Obviously, I think this is when they talked about going to Gamescom and a couple other things. That's when they announced the Moto Sandbox. So we went back to that a little bit. And then I think 2 months ago is when so this is a Moto Sandbox announcement, but 2 months ago, yeah, September 6th is when they gave the update about the game being officially delayed. So yeah, they were said they're going to come back on the 27th. That's when they made the announcement about Moto Sandbox. So that was kind of cool. But that's kind of the roadmap of it, at least for right now. Still, obviously, not going to come out right when they said it would. No update on when it will come out yet. We don't have a release date yet, but they're working through things. They're making slow progress. They're making improvements behind the scenes as we speak. And again, they're constantly talking to the community in the Discord, giving feedback, as well as anything that people have been posting on Instagram or Facebook and stuff. I always see them up there answering questions as much as they can. So this is the MTG update for early November. Again, I think we're going to have another one coming up in late November, so we'll talk about it more then. But that is what they have to say so far. So that's all for today's episode of Motocross Gaming News here on Start Your Systems. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, comments, or concerns, happy to get involved in the comment section below, answer any questions you guys might have. But stay tuned, more updates on MTG and plenty of other games that we cover on the channel coming soon here on SYS. So sit tight, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.